Full showtime. You'll hear the radio simulcast start in just a second. Thought I'd get the live going, give everybody a chance to get on board here, get into the chat with me. How's everybody doing today? Let's see, we got about 30 seconds. Do you have your coffee or tea? We're all set. Mm, Here we go.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. Four, three, two, one. Blog Talk Radio.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Psychic Talk Radio. That's right. We are simulcasting on radio and live video streaming on YouTube. Welcome to the cafe, the Psychic Cafe. That's right. Pop on in, grab your coffee, grab your tea, pull up a chair, and let's have some psychic talk. Yeah. Oh, it is a Monday. It's a rainy Monday. I'm looking out the window. Rainy Monday here in Arizona. We always need the rain, though. Yep. Monday, February 26th, 2024. So, obviously, with the 26, that's the 8 energy. And we're in a world year of 8. So, abundance and prosperity, folks. That's right. That's what we should all be working on that. We should all be working on that. The entire date reduces to a 9, so that's letting go of things. Yeah, what can you let go of? It's time to end the cycle and start a new one. And for the cards of the day, I got some interesting things here. So the heart of the matter card that I got was the King of Pentacles. Hope everybody can see that. There we go. King of Pentacles. Oh, and by the way, I guess I should have said this already, but if you are listening on radio and you want to actually see me, see the cards, everything like that, open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/live. Here, let me put the URL up here too for those that can see it, psychic.cafe/live. Write that down along with the phone number because it'll always take you to today's live. We do shows every day. So same URL, but it'll take you to the new live on YouTube. You can join us in the chat room every day. Psychic.cafe/live. Right. That's how you get in there. Okay, so the King of Pentacles. And let's see what's going on with that today. See, this is the heart of the matter card. And so can mean a lot of things. But the feeling I'm getting is if there's some of you out there, you're thinking of investing in a business or loaning money to a loved one or something like that, this card is saying go for it. And it's especially strong because the card of the day that I got is the Knight of Wands. Yes, the Knight of Wands. There you go. And so this one was the Knight of Wands laying on my table like this. So the Knight of Wands is rushing into the King of Pentacles, just like that, And so the Knights are about taking action. And obviously, Wands, fire. So that's passion, right? So what we got going on here is it's saying go for it. Follow your passion. Uh, Invest in that business. Start that business. Start that project. Go down that career path that you're not sure if you should go down. It's all about taking action. And the Knight of Wands, the knights, they they're about adventure. So try to, think of it as this huge adventure. It should light your eyes up. If it doesn't, it's not the right path. Okay. But these cards to me together, especially, are saying a big fat yes. Go for it, go for it, go for it. And if you are watching us on YouTube right now, which I don't know because the chat is really quiet. The last few days, we've had a lot of people in the chat. In fact, we had record views like during the live show. So it was like 62, I think, has been the highest. But it is quiet. I think it's because it's a Monday, right? Everybody's back to work. The weekend's different. Even though most of us, I don't know, nowadays we don't have weekends. At least I don't. I work all the time, every day. I'm here. And I love it. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it, right? So, I know a lot of people out there though, it's like they can't wait for Friday or whatever your days off are. Some people have different days off. Yeah. Okay, so oh, I'm gonna refresh my YouTube studio. Give me a second here because it's like the video hasn't caught up. So I'm hoping it's streaming properly on the YouTube there. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can call into the show. I'm gonna put that in the chat right now. Get a little pointer finger here, 714-816-4628, and pop that in the chat. Okay, so dial in 714-816-4628. And as soon as you get through on the dial pad, push one. That way we know you want to be live on air with us. Now, if you just want to listen to the show, we have 50 call lines, 50 caller lines. So if you just want to call in, don't press one. You'll be at the bottom of the list. We know that you're just listening because you haven't raised your hand. But if you want to be live on air with me, push one on your dial pad. That will move you up into the caller queue, put you in the order that you called in, and it'll raise your hand to right next to your phone number. That lets me know you want to be live on air. And we got a bunch of people calling in already. This is really cool because last Monday, we had a lot of questions from the chat, but it was really quiet in here. Really, really quiet. Okay, so our brand new community website, I want you all to go over there. It's free to join. I'm going to pop that URL up again, www.psychic.cafe. And of course, you don't need the www. I just put that there so you can tell that this is actually a URL. Yeah, not a .com, not a .net, not a .org, all the ones we're used to. It's a .cafe. There's like hundreds of extensions now. So, whatever you do, your business, anything that you are working on and you need a website for it, you can get an extension that matches. It's really cool. So we were able to grab Psychic Cafe, and it's just been awesome because it's a shorter URL. It makes all of our stuff that we put out easier to remember and to type in and everything. Just like the live link I gave earlier, psychic.cafe/live. Real simple. My page on the site, psychic.cafe/dax. In fact, I can pop that up there. There it is. Psychic.cafe/dax. So you can talk to me in between shows. We're here every day. So you can just wait and jump on the live phone lines or in the live chat and chat with me live. Or you can chat with me live on the website. We have instant messaging. We have private messaging. Chat. It is so cool. We have all the features that you're used to on your big social media website. Let's just face it. It's Facebook. but it doesn't have the ads, it doesn't have any of the negative stuff. It's just us and tarot and cards. And in fact, that's if you look up here, that's our tagline: coffee, cards, conversation, and community. But everything's psychic. Yep. Astrology, runes, you name it. And you can contact me, especially if you go over to Psychic Cafe and sign up. It's free to sign up. As soon as you go to psychic.cafe, there'll be a welcome banner. You'll see a green button, join free. Click that and get signed up. That way, you'll be able to message me. You have to be signed up to message me, and then go over to psychic.cafe/Dax. And on my profile, you'll see the little icon. It's a little tiny icon on the right on laptops. On your phone, it's like kind of in the center, I think, on my profile. And it looks like an envelope. You click that, and you'll be able to message me directly. Let me know what you like us to discuss on the shows, what topics, what questions you have, things like that. We also do a thing called Psychic Spin. Um, I don't know if I can bring that up real quick. There it is. Psychic Spin, and our last one was on Prime Video ads, as you can see here. And so if you have any questions, like the big stuff happening, things, current events, things like that, the big questions, how does tarot work, astrology, numerology, the universe, law of attraction. I mean, we pretty much have it all covered. You can also contact me, of course, for a private session. Maybe you don't want to, air your dirty laundry live on air to 10,000 people. It's like, that's understandable. And I have more time to spend with you because here on the shows, 2 to 5 minutes, it's the most we can do. In radio, 5 minutes is a very long time. Yes, it is. So you can pop over and chat with me in between shows. Also, should let everybody know that you can grab me a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. That's our coffee page. It's our tip jar. And there's buttons there. You can, send in a donation, $10, $15, $20. And maybe you're enjoying the shows, maybe you love hanging out in the cafe every day with us. It gives you something to do, it gives you people to talk to in the chat, and talking with me and my guest co-hosts when I have a co-host. Obviously, I'm flying solo today, but maybe you had a great reading on here, and you want to send us some love. So you go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. But also, if you buy us a cup of coffee, before the next show or during a show, and you let me know, hey, I'm in the chat, I have this question, or hey, I'm on the phone lines, here's my area code, here's my first name, and I just bought you a cup of coffee. That's how you get to the top of the list. That's right. Yes. And and it's great because we've been getting a couple of those on some of the shows recently. And so if you have a question, and you put your question in chat, and it's all the way at the bottom, you could buy us a cup of coffee, and we'll stop whatever we're doing. We'll forget about the cards of the day, numerology of the day. We'll forget about topics, anything we're talking about. We'll go right to your question. Same thing if you're on the phone lines. But if it's live during a show, you're going to have to get into the YouTube chat and tell us, hey, I just bought you a cup of coffee. It's Jim, area code 617. And we will go right to your phone call. We'll stop everything we're doing. You could be like 10, 15 down in the caller queue. We will take your call right then and there. We'll also spend more time with you in your question. We did that with one of the questions yesterday in the chat. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Can't remember. And we'll spend a little bit more time, maybe pull a little more cards and everything like that, as a thank you, for buying us a cup of coffee. Once again, for those of you that are not seeing the banner because you are on radio listening or called into the show, psychic.cafe/coffee. Yes. And I'll come back to some of the other things happening at the Tarot Guild, Psychic Cafe, Psychic Talk, shows coming up, and all that in just a little bit. give us a call, 714-816-4628. And as soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. Let's see who's in the chat. We have AS. AS says, is S thinking about me? Okay, AS, I'll get to your question in just a sec. Kate is in there. Hi, Kate. Thanks for joining us in here. Dan's in here. Howdy, Fax. I mean, Dax. Is that a little bit of a typo, Dan? Dan is one of our moderators. He is about to become a lifetime member of the guild. He told me he's waiting for Friday payday, and he's going to become a lifetime member here at the guild. And he is our moderator. He's in there telling everybody to like and subscribe. I always forget. So I have the little thing I can pop up here, as you can see, the little subscribe GIF here. And I always forget, I've been getting better at it the last few shows, but a lot of times I just forget. And like the videos, and after you join us for some lives, try to stay as long as you can, because uh, that's what Facebook's looking for, is watch time. And we're trying to get to 3,000 hours, and it's looking for how long you stay on the video and all those, algorithm things. It really helps us when you subscribe, because we need to get to 500 subscribers. We're almost there, so that we can monetize. We won't be able to do revenue share yet. You have to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But with 3,000 watch hours and 500, we'll be able to have a membership on YouTube. We'll be able to do super chats, where you can do a chat, send a donation, and we'll do your reading right then and there. We'll take you instantly. Yes. So we're looking forward to that kind of functionality and everything. It really helps us. And we have, like, I don't know. Let me check. It's been a while. Let me check real quick here. I'm going to go to YouTube, to our channel. It's the @ Psychic Talk. And we have 593 videos. We are almost to 600 videos, 439 subscribers. Thank you, everybody that has subscribed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Boost us up to that 500. And we have 593 videos. And if you scroll down on the main page, you'll see a whole bunch of playlists, and they're labeled past shows, workshops, reviews, interviews. And we have a playlist for each of our shows, these psychic talk shows, along with Compassionate Light, Michelle's Mystic Corner, The Angelic View, Wisdom of the Soul, Magic Universe, and any other new shows that come in. But we have Learning Tarot, we have interviews, we have deck reviews, we have free workshops on there. Pick some of the videos you think interest you, and watch them through the whole thing. And that will really, give us the watch hours, and also boost our ratings so that other people find us. YouTube just likes it when you watch from the beginning to the end. It just helps us like you would not believe. So Dan says, howdy everyone. For your information, Michelle is okay after her surgery. Oh yeah, that's what I was wondering about. So Michelle's not here right now. And this week, she's not going to be able to join us as a guest co-host. Sometimes she pops in on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday, especially when she doesn't have a Michelle's Mystic Corner scheduled. Her show is brand new, and last month we had the first 2 shows, and it's always the second and fourth Saturdays. So if she doesn't have a show on Saturday, or even when she does, she'll pop in on a Saturday anyway and do a live with me, just a psychic talk show. Or, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, she might pop in whenever we don't have a show scheduled. But she's recovering from oral surgery. And so we're sending her all of our thoughts and some healing energy there. Hopefully, she will recover really quickly, be able to join us within a couple of weeks. Her next show is, let me look on the calendar here. So her next show is the 9th. So that's almost 2 weeks, so it's like 12 days or something. She's got plenty of time. So I hope she, rests and relaxes and recovers. Yes. Oh, Kate just bought a cup of coffee. Thanks, Kate. Appreciate that. Let me know if you got a question. And we will do yours first. We got a bunch of people on the phone lines. If you're already called in, let me know, Kate. If you're not called in, you can just put the question in the chat. And I guess I should mention that you don't have to call in. Maybe you're listening to us kind of like you get the earbuds in, you're at work, you don't want people to know. You can type your question in the chat, and there's no list to get on or anything like that. You don't have to ask for a reading. Just type in, hey, please pull a card for me if you want something general, or say, here's my specific question. Type the question out, 1 or 2 lines, try to be concise, and just type that in. Just type it in once. Don't spam the chat. Put it in once, and I'll take them in the order that they come in. Okay. So just give me a second here. I forgot to bring up this page here. Got to get this up here. So it reminds me when people buy us a cup of coffee. So so I have that up now, so I can see when you guys buy us a cup of coffee, and you get to be first, right? Let me go back to the chat here. And yeah, AS, I already got yours, that about S. Yeah, I'm going to answer yours. But Kate is first. Oh, actually, she is on the phone line. So we're going to take hers first, area code 919. And then AS, I'm going to take yours in chat. And then we have some more callers after Kate. Let me bring her on. Is that you, Kate? Did I get the right line?
It is, and it's Kay. Oh, my name is Sandra K.
Oh, I'm sorry,
K-A-Y,
Kay.
but I go by my middle name.
Yeah,
No worries, no worries. Yes.
well, you know what it is, Kay. When I'm looking at the chat, the text is so tiny, and, I need it. I
Yes.
need to. I'm actually glad this happened, because I wanted to test out if I can do the Command Plus. That every old person knows Command
Oh,
Plus,
yes,
because it makes the text bigger.
yes.
So as we're talking,
Yes, that's why I chuckle, because I know what you mean.
yes.
Yes.
And I'm trying that right now, because I bet, oh, it works great. Oh, now I can see the text. Yeah, see, so my
Yes.
eyes were blurring it,
Yes.
making it, and
Got you.
and your last name has a T in it and an E, and it was blurring the whole thing
Yes.
together, and I
Yes.
thought it said Kate. God, don't get old, people. It's not good. I'm just saying. So Kay,
No
where are you
worries
where are you
whatsoever.
calling in from, Kay?
I'm actually calling in from Georgia. My
Georgia.
number is North Carolina, but I'm calling in from Georgia. Yeah, I live in Georgia now.
We get a lot of calls from Georgia. They like us.
Yes. We love you.
Oh, I expect, a lot of calls to come from Portland and Seattle and New York and places like that, not down in the South and the Bible Belt. It's like, but we get
Oh, yeah.
but we get so many
Trust me.
calls onto a psychic show, it just I don't know. It cracks me up for some reason. So I'm shuffling away here.
And a lot of us are transplants. A lot of us are transplants too. So, yeah.
Yes, yes. I mean, this technically isn't the Bible Belt, but it could be considered, because it is kind of like the South, but it's the Southwest here in
Yes.
Arizona. We would be the like
Yes.
very end, you know,
I got you.
but yeah, it's there's both conservative and very liberal minded stuff going on in Arizona. It's like all over the map. I'm down in Tucson, where, you know, people are more
Oh, I love
moderate.
Tucson. I love Tucson, and I love,
It's fun.
yes. And yeah, I love Tucson.
Doing
Yeah.
some shuffling here, shuffling. Oh, hey, that's
Okay.
really cool that you are on the phone lines and in the chat, because I always wonder, do any people call in and then, get into the chat on YouTube, and they can actually see me and everything, which is nifty neato. I don't know. I think it's cool. We're one of the
Yes.
only,
Yes. I actually, I'm watching you and listening to you. So, yes,
yeah.
it does work wonderfully. So, thank you.
And I want to mention, though, there's going to be a delay, and that's because Blog Talk in the switch
Yes.
there's this huge delay. So what you want to do is turn your audio off while you're watching the YouTube channel so that it's synced, and then turn the audio
Yes.
off on the YouTube
Yes.
channel when you're talking to me on the phone lines, and just use your phone line audio so you don't get confused. Because there's like, I mean, it could be up to like,
You are
no,
truly psychic.
seconds.
You are truly psychic because you see exactly what I'm doing.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So what else did you want to chat about today? You got a question or something, or what's on your mind?
I do. I do. I
Mm.
do. So, right now, my life is going so wonderful. I met this wonderful person. She and I are connecting. We just hit it off. I have a new place where I'm staying. I love it. Everything is great. The one area that I'm working toward is career. I am working now, and it's a job that, it's not a difficult job. It's just that it doesn't pay a lot. And while I do like it, I do need something that's going to sustain me more. And I am I'm applying and interviewing, and there's two companies that I'm in the process with, and both of them, the jobs sound wonderful. But I'm just trying to see. So I don't know if I can ask. It's one question about career, but it's two parts. I'm wondering, do you see either of those working out,
Mm-hmm.
and or if there's something that's coming through soon for my greatest and highest good?
Okay, well, like I said, because you went over to psychic.cafe/coffee and bought me a cup of coffee, I'm going to spend a little more time with you.
Yeah.
And so we can look at that,
Okay.
we sometimes do two-parters. We try not to do two completely different questions, but these questions,
Right.
that you
Right.
have kind of go together. Right away off the top, I cut the deck before I started pulling cards, and I got the Knight of Cups. So that already tells me that there's a message coming in very soon on one of those two jobs. Now, in order to look at the two jobs, we have to have some kind of qualifier. And so
Okay.
either you can do it in your head where you can think of this one as job one, this one is job two. I don't need to know any details. Oh gosh, sorry, belching here with the
Okay.
coffee. Um,
Okay.
but you can fix it in your mind. Do you have, which one is job one and which one is job two?
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
I already said it in my mind, and I'm writing it down. So yeah, it's clear.
All righty. All righty. Let's see what's going on. Hey, they both look pretty good here. And this is interesting. So for number one, I'm getting the Fool card, Major Arcana card. That's a big fat yes card. But I'm also getting the Emperor for job two, which is again a big fat yes card. All right. With the Fool
Wow.
coming up, that's the taking a leap of faith card. So I don't know. There might be more to
Yes.
job one than
Yes.
meets the eye, and you might have to, really go for it. And which is the theme today. If you saw the cards of the day and the numerology of the day, I did. Now, going along with job one is the 10 of Wands. There might be a lot more responsibility. There might
Yes.
be a lot more to it with job one. Job two, I'm getting the Three of Pentacles. You're going to be like working on projects with other people. I'm getting a more
Yes.
I don't know, I'm just getting an overall more satisfying feel from job
Oh, wow.
two.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know why, but I'm just saying that's what I'm getting. Let me pull another clarifier card
Okay. I can see that.
because I'm not really getting anything that's saying, I mean, both of them are just saying yes to me, which means that
It,
they both might come through.
and I can see that because both of them, they're very similar. They're just different companies. Number one, the title is different, and it would
Mhm.
involve more leadership, but it's still they're very similar duties. It's just matter companies are completely different.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
So
So
it,
I
it
pulled
would be, if anything, with number two is more on site. So
on site.
yes, on site versus
That,
remote.
yeah, that makes sense. And so I pulled more cards, and for job number one, I got the Chariot card, another major arcana card. And that is a victory.
Mm.
And sometimes a moving forward card. And then I got the Seven of
Okay.
Cups. Got the Seven of Cups for job number two, where there's a lot of choices in the Seven of Cups. It's emotions because it's cups.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be a little bit of fantasy or confusion or unable to make a choice, things like that going on with
Mm-hmm.
job number two. So now that I did the
Number two. Okay.
clarification and the Chariot card, major arcana, big fat yes showed up, and then the Seven of Cups, seven is odd, and in my system that's kind of like a no. I'm leaning much more towards job number one. Now,
Wow.
all of that said,
Okay.
let's pull some more cards and see if anything
Okay.
pops out here. Because,
Okay.
this or something better. Let's see
Yes,
what.
exactly, and that's why I wanted that two part. Yeah, because
Yes.
I don't want to limit myself just on these two because there are other options that I have.
Yes, a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. Okay, so what's showing up is the first is the Three of Swords. With a card like the Three of Swords showing up, I think that ultimately you're not going, it'd be okay, get this new job, make more money, but ultimately you're not going to be happy. Um, and then the
What, number
five of
one or number two?
no, this is overall. It doesn't matter which you take.
Oh, overall. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is this
Gotcha.
is
Okay. Okay.
this is going, yeah, I'm going past the two jobs and just looking at the whole picture.
Oh,
And Five of Wands,
okay. Great.
whichever you go with, there could be just it's just not happy. It's like the Three of Swords, it often with five, the
Okay.
five cards in general, five is a high energy number in numerology, but it's also the chaos number. And you can see it in the Five of Wands because they're
Mm.
chaotically, is this a battle going on? Is there infighting? Is there arguments going on? Are they trying to build something? Sometimes people look at this and it's like, oh, it looks like they're trying to build something, but it ain't working out. They didn't read the instructions.
Well, let me just say, both jobs have to do with legal, so it's arguing in all
Mhm.
around. Anyway, there's lots of negotiation. So the job, both of them, is in legal and it deals with contract negotiations. So
And
yeah,
then
that makes sense.
we're getting the Two of Pentacles suggesting financially, you're still on the balancing act with that. And then
Mm.
what
Mm.
comes through after that, and remember the first card I got was that Knight of Cups, and so a message is going to come soon about this, but tarot is multi-layered. The other thing about the Knight of Cups being the heart of the matter card is I get this feeling of, what are you going to be emotionally fulfilled by? And I don't think it's either one of these jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I pull the next card and I get the Queen of Wands. This is one of those cards that is about independence, the self-made woman, um,
Mm.
the woman in charge, independence. You got the little cat at her feet here, that's a symbol of independence. It's wands, so it's that fiery
Mm-hmm.
energy. It's about following your passions and going for it and doing it yourself, which suggests to me, because
Mm-hmm.
basically this is a card of the female entrepreneur, the self-made woman. So
Wow.
it's saying to
Okay.
me at some point, it's not saying don't take one of those jobs and get more money coming in. It's saying that eventually you might want to put the muggle job away and whatever it is that you're really interested in, really do that and put all your energy into that, even if you have to
That
do it
makes
as
sense.
even if you have to do it as a side hustle first. Does that make sense?
Yes, That's what that. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, because
And
that was
then
part of the plan
the
already.
very last card I got, Kay, is the Four of Wands. Four is structure. You need to establish structure, and that's, building that side thing, that side hustle, which eventually becomes, your own business. And it's also, again, wands,
Mhm. Mhm.
following your passion. This is a card of celebration too. So I think you're, really going to be in a better place when you do that. Follow your passion and
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense.
work on it on the side. Well, I hope that helped you out. And thanks for the cup of coffee. Thanks for
It
calling in.
does. It does. It does. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Enjoy the rest of your week. Oh, so Kay was very delightful, and she did it the right way. That's how you do it, folks. And I'm going to pop it up for everybody that's watching on YouTube. And for those of you that are on the phone lines or listening on radio, again, it's psychic.cafe/coffee. That's our coffee page. It'll take you right over there to our tip jar, and you can, send in a donation. You can send in $10, you can send in $15, $20, whatever you think a reading's worth. Maybe you got maybe you got a really good reading on here, or maybe you hang out with us every day, and once a week you want to send us $20 or something like that. Maybe you are learning new things about tarot and numerology and other, psychic topics that we get into and so forth. Go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and you can grab us a cup of coffee. And if you do, just like Kate just did, call into the show, get into the caller queue, let us know what your area code is. And if your screen name doesn't have your actual name in it, put your actual name in it on YouTube and say, hey, this is Kay, area code 919, and I just bought you a cup of coffee, and we'll bring you on right away. No waiting, and we'll spend more time with you as well. Okay, so let's see. Howdy, famous, fabulous chatters, Charlotte says. Howdy. I remember that. That's how old I am. So AS is in the chat. Is S thinking of me? Well, we're going to take a look at that right now. Well, right off the bat, I want to say uh, I am getting, I don't know if you can see it, the High Priestess card. So you already know, AS, your gut instinct on this. Okay. Go with your gut instincts. All right. Now, let's take a look here. Yes, yes, no, no, no. It started out really good because I had a major arcana card. I had an 8 card, which is abundance. It still can go that way at AS. It's not a strong no, it's a maybe leaning towards no. So when you're asking, is S thinking of me? Maybe, you know. Um, it could be that maybe he's not, you know, maybe he is. Um, but in your heart of hearts, because the heart of the matter card, the High Priestess, which talks about, using your psychic ability, paying attention to your intuition, paying attention to your gut instincts. So, hey, you probably have a feeling on this, and it doesn't mean that you can't change it. See, a lot of people come in and ask these questions. Is he thinking of? And even if I got a big fat no, so what? Who cares if he's thinking about you or not thinking about you? Really? Because that doesn't mean you can't change that, right? You know, if this is something you really want to pursue, you have to be proactive. Make him think about you. you know, it may take time to ease him into uh a situation, where S is changing his feelings or thinking about you more, or something along that, and Aya says, yeah, I'm confused, and right, yeah. See, this is the thing. We get too bogged up in all of this. Will I get married? Who am I going to get married to? you know is Joe thinking of me? All of this stuff. It's like, first of all, we almost always know the answer, right? So if we know the answer, if the answer is what we think it is versus what we want it to be, you know, uh, change things, make it happen. And by the way, you don't make it happen by harassing the person. So, in other words, it's not about you showing up every place that person shows up. It's not about texting them and calling them and sending them letters and messages. And that's not what I'm talking about. Actually, it's working on you. Yes, it's working on you. And the reason I know that is one of the yes cards I got is the Eight of Cups. Eight is abundance in numerology, and we're in a world year of eight. You can have abundance in all areas of your life and prosperity. It doesn't have to just be financial. So right now we're talking about, matters of the heart and, romance and relationships. Now, cups are emotions and feelings, and in this card, the figure in the background has stacked up their emotional feelings and everything. They've taken care of the baggage. Okay, they've worked on themselves. It's not about getting S or some other person to pay attention to you. It's all about you preparing, and then you will attract the person in, whether it's S or somebody else better for you. I'm just saying, that's how it really works. That the law of attraction. So you need to work on yourself, your baggage, emotional connection. Remember, I said it's a 9 energy from the date today. And that's the end of a cycle. It's when we reevaluate and we let go of belief systems that no longer serve us, relationships that no longer serve us. And in this card, look, he or she has their traveling cloak on, their walking boots, their walking stick. They're moving onward and upward away from the baggage that they've lined up here. They're moving on. They're moving onward and upward to bigger and better things. And that's what the cards are telling you to do, AS, is that you need to get your stuff in order and you need to let go of the baggage. And if that includes letting go of, relationships that are no longer serving you, or even the hope of a relationship with somebody like S, for instance, just do that. Let it go. And if it's meant to be, they're going to come back full circle to you, but you are becoming a better person. You're getting rid of your attachments to relationships, but also, just in general, as you've gone through your life and had relationships, especially close interpersonal or romantic relationships, you've trained your subconscious that relationships have to be a certain way. And see, we don't want that. We know what we don't want if it was a negative thing. Like a lot of us have, toxic relationships, but we keep attracting them and falling back into these toxic relationships. Why? Because although consciously we don't want that, and we say we don't want this, just by saying that and focusing on what we don't want, we drag more of it in. And because we've experienced it, everything we experience goes into our subconscious mind, and we consciously don't want it, and we consciously might not be thinking about it, but our subconscious is always thinking about it. So we are programming ourselves for that, and we are attracting that in. So that's what you need to do in order to, get S to follow you, to pay attention to you, to notice you, to think about you, to get involved with you if he isn't already, or she. And then the next card is the Devil card. Again, same thing. Attachments. What do we? And these are self-imposed attachments, because this couple, this man and woman here that has the chains around their neck, and they're chained to the block, with scary figure devil on top of the block there. Those nooses around their neck made of chain, it's very, very, very wide. I mean, they can just grab it with their hands and pull it right off the top of their head. That's how you know it's self-imposed. So again, attachments that you can let go of. Then what happens? Then look at this. I love it when it comes together this way. So the next card, Page of Wands. This is somebody new coming in. And or maybe not. I don't know. You tell me. Wands is fire. Fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Is this S? But right after that is another person coming in. Page of Pentacles, the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So, once you clear out your own baggage, then people start coming in. It's amazing how that works, right? And one of these people might be S or might not be. It might be completely new people. Interesting that they're both pages. So they may be chronologically younger than you, or they might have a very youthful outlook on life, something like that. They might be students. Maybe that's how you meet them, something along those lines. And then lastly, the Queen of Swords shows up. Okay. And she has her back, like those other the pages were over here. She has her back to them. And you remember, she has the single thought or idea. She is analyzing and evaluating everything analytically. Okay, so she has her back to them. So, nothing negative on the people that might come in. It's just that, she's saying to be very careful and analytical, especially if that youthful, and I have no idea how I just made those sparkles go off, but it was really cool. Man, I really wish I knew how MacBook does that. It's certain things you do with your hands and you get the thumbs up and they just pop up on the screen. It's really weird. Anyway, so yeah, be really careful if any of them start slipping, youthful outlook, and if they're students or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's all really good stuff. But they could be a little on the childish side. Okay. And so the Queen of Swords just says go in there, analytically analyzing everything, thinking for yourself, not controlled by emotions. And what was I gonna say? You want to have your eyes open and be, going into it sober, new relationships. But before that, the way you get there, you get the people attracting in, is working on yourself and your what you're attached to and what you can let go of, and toxic relationships that aren't working, and all of this stuff. Hope that helps you out, AS. I spent a little more time than I normally do because I'm giving time for some people to call in on the phone lines. 714-816-4628. Oh, okay. We got some callers in there. 714-816-4628. If you get in right now, I might have time to get to your call. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad as soon as you get through, so that I know you want to be live on air with me. And I'm going to be going to calls in just a second. But I had some new people come in. I had mentioned Charlotte's in here. Charlotte says invite him for a cup of coffee and a decadent dessert. There you go. The Psychic Cafe. Yes. Come into the cafe. Get him a latte. Get him a decadent dessert. Bhumika has joined us. Oh, wow. It's raining so hard. It sounds like hail. May I have a question? Yes, absolutely, Bhumika. And you just got here, so you missed my little spiel where I said, anybody in chat, all you got to do is put your question in. And Charlotte, one of our moderators, along with Dan and everybody, is letting them know. Just type in your question. So we take them in the order they come in. I don't think there's any more questions. We've answered them in chat. So if there is, pop it in. But Bhumika, if you put your question in, you'll be the next chat question I take. So if you just want a general message, say, please pull a card for me. If you have a very specific question, type in the question, try to keep it to like, a couple of lines, don't go overboard, try to be concise and pop it in there. And then Joe is in. Joe's back. Hey, Joe, could you please tell me what kind of man would I get married to? Oh, that's an interesting question. We'll talk about that in just a minute as well. Okay. And then I'm also going to give people time on the phone lines and in chat. Remember, go over to psychic.cafe/coffee, grab me a cup of coffee, and I will take your question first, and we'll be sure to get to your question. That's another thing. And I think I mentioned that on the top of the hour about how we don't always get to all the questions in chat, and we don't always get to all the calls. Now, on a Monday, Tuesday, beginning of the week, it's kind of quiet. We'll probably get to all the questions, but we don't always get to everything because we have too many. And even though I have the timer set for 2 hours, I'm trying to, we've been doing a lot of 2 hour shows, and because we're here every day, I want to get it cut down to maybe an hour, and we're coming up on an hour soon. So you go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and grab me a cup of coffee, and I'll take your question first. Okay. Just like, what was it? Kay did that. Kay was fantastic. See, that's the kind of caller we want all the time. Gonna take a sip of coffee here. Everybody grab your coffee and tea. Take a sip. Okay. Real quick here. I just did want to mention a few things. Besides our coffee jar and tip jar there. Just so you know that all of our broadcasts on Psychic Talk is sponsored by the Tarot Guild. And we're now in our 20th year. So the Tarot Guild and the Psychic Talk Network are sister organizations, sister businesses, and connected at the hip. In fact, our new community website, psychic.cafe, is for both the network. All of our shows are on there, as well as the Tarot Guild. We are in our 20th year. October 31st, Halloween this year, 2024, will be our 20th birthday. Oh my God. Yes. And we have the world's only tarot social media networking platform. And it used to be thetarotguild.com. We still have that Ning site up, but that's our old site. It's going away. We're going to be building a brand new website on thetarotguild.com that will be a modern, nice, clean, static website that is just going to promote the guild, and it won't have the social media, social networking, community functionality like instant messaging, instant chat, creating groups, creating blog posts, community feed, status updates, like an activity feed, pictures, videos, all that kind of stuff like you do on Facebook will be on our new site, psychic.cafe. So it'll be the world's only tarot plus everything psychic social media networking platform. And it's up and running now. You can go over there and join it for free. But we also have a membership you can join. And with that membership, we're pushing the lifetime membership because that's going away soon. We're going to have a subscription. It's going to be like Netflix, we'll have a supporter level and then a guild member level for professionals. And basically you get all of our panel discussions, and you get our workshops and our live Q&As that we do all year long. And you can ask questions about business and growing your psychic business, or, learn things about various psychic modalities, tarot, numerology, astrology, runes. We're doing, the whole gambit now, because now that we're Psychic Cafe. You get all that, and you get you get guest co-host appearances on our shows here. You can come on here and promote your business, promote your readings, your other products and services, anything you want as a guest co-host on our shows. You get that as a member. Panel discussions with the lifetime membership. There's no recurring fees. You also get your certification as a certified psychic advisor or certified tarot reader. You get that free, that process, and you'll get your certificate and everything. That's all free. We continuously promote you and your business, and we promote everybody on Psychic Cafe, our professionals. And also, you get my course. It's a $297 tarot and numerology course called Tarot by the Numbers. You get that free as well. And if you go over to psychic.cafe/sale, you can grab this for 75% off. It's $78, the number of cards in the tarot deck, 75% off from $297. So you save a whole bunch there. And it's a one-time thing. You pay 78, you're signed up for life. No recurring fees. You get all this every year, all year, free. It's all included. And if 78's a little much for you right now, we've made arrangements that if you go to that page and you'll see the button, below the button is a link where you can get it for 2 payments of $39. So I've cut it in half into 2 payments to make it easier for people. If you want to go that route, 2 payments of $39. So one payment now, and then $39 a second payment in a month to make it even easier. Also on that page, if you scroll down a little further, you'll see you can book a reading with me for 50% off right now. So I'll do your numerology, and however long it takes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It's a full session, numerology included. We'll get on a live, pull tarot cards, and it's only $49.99, normally $99.99. So you're saving $50, 50% off. All righty. And then we're doing shows daily. And so I'll be on tomorrow and Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday, Spiritual Channel, Catherine Hahn will be back with Compassionate Light. And then I will be back on Saturday with another, Psychic Talk show. And then on the Sunday, the 3rd, Maria will be back. Maria G. Moss with her show, The Angelic View. I'll be guest co-hosting on that show with her. And then Michelle, who is now recovering from her surgery today, she will be back on the second Saturday. I think that's the 9th. Second Saturday of March with her next episode of Michelle's Mystic Corner. I don't know the topic yet, but she says she's going to have a more in-depth thing for this 3rd episode. The first 2 episodes, she was getting her feet wet, talked about a couple of things, especially the resurrection plant, which is really cool. And so go back and watch those episodes, and then tune in for the next live one on the 9th. The 9th, yeah. So that's everything going on here. Let me pop back in the chat. Doop, doop, doop. All righty. Oh, and somebody just subscribed. Oh, so somebody got the lifetime membership. So I just wanted to shout outs to Christina, who just joined us as a lifetime member live on the show, folks. Live on the show. Thank you very much, and welcome to the lifetime membership. We'll get you all set up and everything. So let's see. Gonna go to the phone lines, and then we'll take a couple of a couple questions in the chat here. Area code 850 is first. Are you there, 850?
I sure am.
Hi, hon. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Michelle, and I'm calling in from Florida.
from Florida. Boy, Georgia and Florida just love us this last week. Hey, how's it going? Mm.
Oh, just kind of stressful. I just got back from Tennessee to help my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I had to go to defend her in court, and it was really sad kind of leaving her because she's homeless,
I'm sorry.
and she went through depression and divorce. She went through depression and divorce and all that. And
Mm.
anyways, got two of the charges got dropped, and one of them they held guilty, and she has sentencing hearing in April. So I was wondering how you see that going. The attorney wanted to appeal it because he believes that she's innocent, and I believe she's innocent. And he believes the judge ruled on the emotion, not law, factual law.
Mhm.
So I was just wondering how you see everything. It was really hard to leave my sister, you know.
Well, yeah, and you had to come back, right?
Yeah, and we're actually building. Me and my husband are building her like a Liberty camper, tiny house, whatever you want to call it. Um, Unfortunately, she lost her house after 28 years. You know, so she
Yeah.
went into
Oh,
a depression. But yeah, so she's homeless. So it was very hard, and she couldn't leave the state because her kids are there.
mm-hmm.
And now her ex-husband's trying to take her child support away. And I mean, she loves her kids. She wants to see her kids every weekend, but she's homeless. You know.
Mm.
It's a terrible situation right now.
Yeah, I think, I mean, definitely we want to go with the appeal. Now, as far as the sentencing thing, so I got one of the traditional um cards for judges. Actually, the King of Swords showed up, and that was not in the cards that I pulled, but rather the heart of the matter when I cut the deck. And so this is the overarching thing, and the King of Swords is very fair. So I get a feeling like it feels really good to me. I think that with the sentencing, it might be, quite fair. Um, and then when I start pulling cards, I get a major arcana card right away, which is great, the Lover's card. And so that is very, very positive. Okay. It's about people think
Okay.
the Lover's card, they think relationships, all that kind of stuff like that. But originally the Lover's card was choices, about choices. And initially we get the Five of Pentacles, the literally out in the cold card, left out in the snow. Um, that may be the initial feeling that you all have, even after the sentencing. I think it'll be fair. It might not be what you want, but there's a ray of sunshine with getting that Lover's card. So then you get the Five of Pentacles, which is, it's not going to be perfect right away. It's not, roses and sunshine right away. But as things progress on, in comes the Knight of Cups, which is a message coming in, and it's cups, so it's emotions. It's all about, the feeling state around it, and this is extremely positive. Okay, and that may be dealing with
Uh-huh.
a message coming through about the appeal later on down the line, because as I'm laying the cards out, we're going farther and farther down into the future, and then the Two of Cups shows up. And, typically, like if somebody's asking about, romance or relationships or something like that, and the Two of Cups shows up, that's a really great thing, for relationships. But in this kind of a reading, it's the two energy from the numerology. It's about relationships. Okay. But it's about reconciliation. It's about two parties coming together amicably and solving an issue. It's cups again, so it's about emotions, and it's a positive, one of the positive emotion cards. Okay, so I think it's also about mediation. choices and decision. Okay. So I think ultimately it works out really good. The very last card I get is the Nine of Wands. And with that nine energy, that's the timing too. So, it may take 9 months for this to all flush out completely. And yeah, in the card, the figure in the card in the Nine of Wands, has his battle scars. The figure has bandages on and everything like that, you know, been through the ringer, okay, but has all that experience behind them and supporting them. And so it looks like it to me, it just ends up, in a good place at the end.
I hope
So,
so.
so I hope that helps you out.
I hope she doesn't do, I do. I just hope and pray that she don't go to jail, and I'm hoping it's probation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I got to tell you, that was the first thing that came to me. All those cards aside, when before I pulled any cards and I'm shuffling, and I cut the deck in half, and I get that heart of the matter card. That is it's that overarching card is, it almost never fails. That's all you really need. You don't even need to pull the other cards to answer the other questions. Because it's all right there. And it's about um the judge and the judge being fair. And I was going to ask if especially because the other two were dropped, the other two charges, and if this is a first time offense thing, I mean, she very well could get probation. I think it's going to be very fair.
Yes, it is her first offense of anything.
Yeah. So that's typically what happens in these kinds of cases anyway, unless there's egregious situation, But typically judges are normally fair, and even if he did say guilty on not really legal terms, but more emotions in the sentencing, he could end up, surprising you and being very fair and just giving you probation, giving her probation, and that's it. And then down the line, going through the appeal, it looks like the appeal comes out really good. Maybe not exactly what you wanted, but so thanks for the call, Michelle.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I'll have to
Oh,
give you updated.
yes, please call back and update us. I'm here almost every day. So it'd be cool. Michelle from Florida, let me know what happened with your sister. We'll look forward to that.
Thank you so much.
And then if you have
Uh-huh.
new and then if you have new questions, you can ask new questions once you know something down the line, right?
Right, right.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your week, Michelle. Good luck to your sister. Gonna pop back over to chat and see what's going on. Walmart currently has those resurrection plants. I didn't know that, Charlotte. I wonder if we have them here. Um, oh my goodness, sending so much love to the caller and her sister, sending strength to please know you are loved. Dan, I'm really glad to hear that Michelle came through her surgery well. Thanks for letting us know. Okay, so that's all from Charlotte. Yay. And then we're going to go back to, I want to see if Bomika put their question in. Oh, AS said, thank you. That was the best reading I had so far. Woo, cool. Props for moi. Oh, look, I got it to work. Got the thumbs up and, the, what do you call that? Fireworks going off. Yeah. So I'm going to go back and see if Bomika put their question in because they asked first before Joe got in. So we're going to do Joe's after. Question: what will be the outcome of my interview happening on Friday, 23rd of February, 2024 at 5 p.m.? Well, uh, I don't do astrology or I can do the numerology on that, but I don't do astrology about that, kind of thing. So I wouldn't need the time. That really doesn't matter. It's the day. So the 23rd is the 5 energy. Oh wait, February 23rd is already gone. It's the 26th. Okay, so Bomika, I think you got that wrong. Were you trying to type something else? Like, give me that date again, and I can let you know then. Um, it can't be the 23rd of February, 2024, because it is the 26th of February, 2024, right now. So yeah, and Joe's in there, it adds up to 6. Yeah, but that's not a correct date, Joe. Yeah. So that's the thing about the numerology is you got to get the right date, and sometimes we get it wrong. Yeah. So Bomika, if you can put in, oh, your interview's done. Your interview's done. Oh, okay. So you're wondering about the outcome from the interview. See, I thought you were going into the interview. Okay. See, that's what's hard with text and why I like the phone calls. Even though Blog Talk's a pain in the butt and you never know if your caller lines are going to go down or if it's going to work or stuff like that, we have problems with it all the time. So you never know. You never know. But it's that 5 energy plus the 2 energy from the 5 energy plus the 2 energy gives us 7. Okay, so that's the February, the 2. The 23rd is the 5 energy. And we already know the world year number is 8, 2024. So, plus the 8 energy gives us 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, so that's a really positive number to get. The numerology is never going to tell you exactly. Now, if you had told me before, not that you could change the date, but if it's something where you can change the date, you go to the numerologist and you have them look at the date numbers and look at your numbers. What's your attitude number? What's your life path number? Where are you in the 9-year personal year cycle? So like what date to get married on, things like that. Yeah. And interviews only if you have a choice of dates and you could decide. Then we can look at the numerology. We'd have to look at your life path and your attitude number, maybe your destiny number. Where are you in the 9-year personal year cycle? And then we can get a clue what energy would be best for you. But just in general, 6 is a very balanced, good number to have, right? But we're going to take a look. We're going to pull some cards. And let's see. It's looking really good. I mean, I'm getting, well, it was looking really good, but now that I look closer, I don't know. Yeah, okay. So basically, it was on the 6th, and I got the 6 of Cups. Really positive card, and 6 is a big fat yes, right? It's also the card of nostalgia. Okay, and you'll have to let me know what that means. Why is nostalgia have anything to do with this, right? Because I'm not sitting there doing a reading with you and able to ask you questions and everything. And the 4 of Pentacles shows up. 4 is also a yes, but man, they are really holding on tight to that pentacle. And then going to work. The 8 of Pentacles. 8 is the abundance number, and it's a big fat yes. So look, I got yes, yes, yes. It looks really good. I'm leaning toward, but I got 2 no's. We'll get to that in a minute. But it means a maybe. So when you don't get 4 yeses, 5 yeses, when you get 3 yeses, it's like it's leaning yes. You could get the job. In fact, the 8 of Pentacles alone suggests you going to work, that it's going to come through. The King of Cups shows up, And I think that's the powers that be. I think this is the person making the decision, and he's very emotionally grounded. He's, uh, his decision is not because he's emotionally drawn astray or anything like that. But then another cups card with the emotions, and we also had the 6 of cups, a lot of emotions around this. And then the 5 of cups is the crying over spilt milk card, and this shows up at the end, which might be in the future. So the thing about the crying over spilt milk card is that there's always the 2 upright cups in the background that the person misses. So the figure in the card, all they have to do is turn around and they'll see these 2 cups. And then there is the goal, which is this building over here, which is on the other side of the river. The river is representative of the river of life. Whenever you see the river, any kind of river in tarot, it is the river of life. And if it's a pooling of water, ocean, big body of water, anything like that, it's the subconscious mind or the spiritual realm or the higher consciousness. But over here, I want to point out this bridge, that there is a bridge over the water to the goal. Okay. And it's right next to the 2 upright cups. The person, all they have to do is turn around. All right. So, what does that mean for the interview? I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Sometimes tarot throws things at you, and you're like, what? But if I was in a long, 20-minute, 30-minute, full session with you, I could ask different questions, pull more cards, and go on and on. We don't have time to do that on these shows. But my sense is, this is my sense. Especially because we got 3 yeses, we got the 8 of Pentacles, literally you going to work, is that I think you might get the job. I think it's a distinct possibility. However, then this shows up, 5 of Cups. It may turn out to not be all it's cracked up to be. And you may end up moving on anyway. Okay. Even if you get it. But that's what the cards are showing me. So let's see what happens. And then, pop back in here, Bhumika, after you find out, and let us know what happened. We're here every day. Then Joe's back in the chat again. I'm good. How are you? Yes, we are doing great. And I'm glad you came back in. Well, the ghost can also be the host sometimes too. Yeah, that was funny. Now you had a question in there, but I can't find it. I could have sworn, or maybe I'm wrong. Joe, did you put a question in? I'm not seeing it. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you just said hi. Oh no, here it is. I didn't scroll up high enough, I don't think. Hey, could you please tell me what kind of man would I get married to? I don't know. Do you want to get married? That's what I always ask people, because they ask these questions that are, I don't know, I think it's kind of silly. I mean, what kind of man do you want to get married to? Why should it be uh because then it's like, oh, it's written in stone and I have no choice. You have all the choice. So instead of asking what kind of man would I get married to, why not take out a piece of paper and start writing down all the attributes? You know, what attributes do you want in a partner? And then write down, what are you and this person doing? Are you going out on dinner dates? Are you going to your favorite pub? Are you going to the movies? Are you hiking all the time? Are you traveling around the world? What are you doing? You know, what's your day-to-day life? Everybody looks at the really big things, like, well, I want somebody that I can go to karaoke with and sing, and I want to travel to Paris and blah blah blah. You know, they look at the big things and the fun things, but they don't look at the mundane day-to-day things. Write that down. what does it look like? Do you want someone that is, there for you but not always there because you like your alone time? Or do you want the person that is constantly saying they love you over and over again, throughout the day? Do they cook dinner for you? Do you cook dinner for them? you know do you spoon when you sleep? I don't know. Like, what are all the day-to-day details? Write that all down, plus the type of individual, stuff like that. If you go to an astrologer, or a numerologist, but if you're looking for sun signs and things like that, you go to astrologer and they can tell you the kind, based on with the numerology, based on what your sun sign and all the other planets in your chart and everything. And then a numerologist like myself, what I would do is I would find your life path number, your attitude number, destiny number, where you are in the world, the personal year cycle, sorry. And I would look at, the kind of person you're going to get along with the best as far as a numerological outlook. What is the kind of life path and or attitude number, destiny number you're looking for? So all that said, we're going to do some shuffling here, and I'll see what comes up for this man of yours. But I always like to have that little discussion, and I do that with all my clients, even when I'm seeing them in person. And when I what's different from doing it like this, where it's just a quick reading, it's a mini, we call them mini readings. Um just to They're just meant to let you know our style of reading, how this works, the fact that it does, we get a lot of hits, and a lot of people come back and tell us, we were dead on. um the difference is that someone will come with a question like that, and I won't necessarily rephrase it. I'll answer the question the way they gave it to me, but then, because I have the conversation about, what do you want and everything, and then that brings up different things, which brings up different questions, and then we pull different cards. We pull more cards on, new spreads on this, all these new questions coming up because of our conversation, and that's the power of a one-on-one reading. Mm-hmm. Oh, which I should mention, because I always forget to do this. Go over to psychic.cafe/Dax. That's my profile. And right there in my about section, you can book a session. There we go. Don't forget, I have that sale going on. And so on the sale page, we try to make everything easy, /sale. It'll take you there. So along with the lifetime membership, we also have my readings on sale. But if you go to my page, psychic.cafe/Dax, there's a button there. And currently, if you push that button, it'll take you to the sale price. You'll get it for just $49.99, half off. So I thought I'd just remind everybody of that real quick. So we're going a little longer than I planned today, but that's okay. I'm having fun, especially because on Mondays, it's been really quiet lately. Okay. All righty. Oh, I just went, oh, here's one of those blog talk things again. So I just went over to, I think there was a few more callers, and I was going to try to get to at least one more or something. But I went over and they're gone. They're all gone. That's because Blog Talk hung up on us, which also hung up. I don't even think we're connected to Zoom anymore. This is what I'm talking about. It's getting really frustrating with Blog Talk. I got to think of hopefully we can do an easier way to connect, but I don't see it happening. Anyway, I'm just going to end the show on Blog Talk because nobody can hear us anyway. That's a shame. So hopefully they come over, or Most people listen to our replays on YouTube anyway, so they'll get the full show. Okay, here we go. Well, got an interesting card to start out with for Joe. This is very interesting. And who else is? Oh, Pam Bear is in here. Hi, Pam Bear. All righty. Checking some things. So Joe said, I'm just wondering what the divine has to say. Relationships are all about the mundane things. You're correct. Yes. I want to meet the one. Okay. So let me see who comes up. Okay. Well, someone does show up. It's a little further down the line. Now, Joe, the heart of the matter card that I got is the 10 of Swords, beating a dead horse. That's what I think of this card, But it's a card about one door closing, another door opening. You are ready for a new, like, segment of your life. All right. And things with the past are done and over. This is a good sign. This is not a bad sign. This is a really good sign that you'll be able to move on, meet the right person. The sun is dawning, look, the day is dawning in the background, the sun's coming up, things from the past done and fini. But you need to let go of that. And by the way, that is not showing up in the cards. That's just general life coaching information we say to everybody, advice. You got to let go of these past relationships, how they went before, and instead you have to manifest and bring in the relationship that you want, like I was talking about before. Okay. And let's see what's coming up. Okay. So next card I get is the Four of Cups. Not happy about your choices right now. But look, there's a choice here that you are unaware of, that you're not seeing. Okay. So that suggests to me that, hey, Joe, you're ready. This says you're ready. This says you're missing an opportunity somewhere, and that you're not happy with, your current, the way it's going, with relationships and things. And that's fine. But you need to move forward. And maybe, and by the way, Four of Cups, four again is structure. Whenever we get structure, we're talking about foundations and structures. What foundations and structures do you have that will allow you to meet the right guy? In other words, did you ever see the movie The Secret? And they're sitting there in their easy chair in their living room, and the Maserati shows up because they manifested it, quote unquote. For those of you, I'm doing air quotes if you're listening. And they did absolutely nothing. That's the part that it missed, is that you have to actually take action in order to manifest. And that's what fours are about. It's thinking outside the box. It's creating foundations and structures. If you're just sitting at home, he's not going to come, or she is not going to come and knock on your door. You have to go out, and it's like, oh, but I go out all over the place, and I have my knitting circle, and I go to this, and I go to that, and I go to this, and I go, yeah. Are you meeting new people? Are you dating? If not, it don't matter that you're doing this and doing this and doing that. You're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. You need to do new things, meeting people in new ways that you are not seeing right now. And if you need help with that, the moon card shows up to suggest that you can program your dreams and get help from your subconscious. What, where, how, what you need to do, where you need to go to do this. And then next card I get is Six of Pentacles. Success. Six is success. Six is also harmony and balance. Notice the scales. There's balance. He's giving alms to the poor, but he's measuring carefully what he's giving out and everything. This is a very balanced card. All right. So, in other words, this should not be your main focus and all you think about and blah blah blah. No, you need to have a balanced life and not worry about it so much and just do the exercises we were talking about before, where you get a clear picture of the relationship you want, the person, and the relationship. Those are two separate things. The day to day mundane, as well as the fun stuff, as well as the person themselves, and write that all down. Pull another card here. Okay, so the next card is the Magician card. It's literally the card of manifestation, right? So, yes, this is it. This is your answer right here. What we've been saying all along. You have the power to bring in the person. You don't need to wait for them. You need to work on yourself. You don't need to worry about what type of person is going to come in and all that stuff. You just need to write down what you want and work on yourself becoming the kind of person that you want to attract in. You know, people don't work on that. They go, wow, God, I wish I could find a guy that was loving and caring, blah, blah, blah. It's like you become loving and caring first. So your energy is in sync with that. That's what you do. And then if you do all of that, the Page of Cups shows up. So cups, what are we talking about here? Water, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There's somebody ready to come in. He has pages are, the youngest of the court cards. So he has a very youthful outlook or is chronologically younger than you, perhaps. Typically, what I've discovered is that unless you're a student and very young yourself, the pages typically are talking about somebody more youthful minded or youthful minded like you or something like that versus chronological. Whereas when the knights show up, that's more your contemporary some of the times. Okay. So where it's probably somebody chronologically the same age, probably not necessarily, and then the queens and kings can be like older or chronologically the same. That's kind of how it works. That's from my experience of working with the cards for way too many decades. So Page of Cups. Well, obviously he's romantic. He's got the cup there, right? Also, he's got a lot going on with his subconscious mind and emotions because it's a cups card. And then in the background, you can see the water, a lot going on with the water, and see how it's got waves indicating, like choppy seas or, heavy surf or something along those lines. And so this person has a lot going on in that area with his subconscious mind and his conscious mind. And, just thinking in general, it could be a writer, for instance, but definitely somebody artistic. Okay. So that's pretty much what I'm getting here. I'm trying to think if anything else pops in my head, but that's the general feeling though. Somebody that's artistic. Um, I don't want to say emotional, but they're sensitive. In other words, but that doesn't have to be in a bad way. It could be in a good way where a lot of fellows aren't, this one is, and which may be an attribute you're looking for. I don't know. But yeah, that's so to answer your question, to go all the way full circle back to the very end, that's the kind of guy you'll probably marry. But ultimately, it's up to you. The magician card. All righty. So we got to get out of here soon. It's bottom of the hour already. Uh, oh, there's Kay. Hi, Kay. I think that's the other Kay. Different Kay, but was here before. Uh, trying to see if I missed anyone's. Yeah, Charlotte tried calling in the blog talk. Yeah. Uh, it's not a problem with that, Charlotte. It's going to tell you that there's not a show till tomorrow because we stopped the show. But we stopped the show on Blog Talk because Blog Talk, the switchboard hung up on us. And then because we were gone, all the callers decided to hang up. So this is what I'm talking about, the problems with Blog Talk, and I don't know another way of doing it, except dialing in directly, but then we can't get the audio to sync and go through our Zoom call into our YouTube. It's complicated. It's complicated, and I've seen people, one other group, do a YouTube live like this and simultaneously do Blog Talk. But they literally were on their phone with Blog Talk and talking to the people, getting the questions, and then it was going out over their microphone, and it was, the audio was horrendous. um but I'm tempted to try it that way. Just, like we could put the maybe if I put the speakerphone on this, I would try doing it here on my computer, but I don't think the microphone would pick it up. It usually ignores sound on here because I'm hearing like my co-hosts and the callers and everything through the speakers on my computer, and this microphone's not picking that up, which is great. That's what you want. So I have it, the big fancy uh Blue Yeti program to only take sound from the front and to what do they call that? Suppress background noise. So we might try that. I don't know. Pam Bear was what I was looking for. First time landing here. I'm glad you found us, Pam. But I've hit the like button and subscribe. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll pop this up again to remind everybody because I forget to do it. Subscribe to the channel. It'll really help us out, and like the video as well. I found this channel while looking for lives to go into and watch. See, that's great. I'm glad people are finding us that way. So we're showing up on the live page, which is cool. Maybe being here every day is a good thing then. What do you think, Dan? Charlotte, everybody? Um, oh, here it is. I knew Pam had put a question, but I couldn't find it. I just found it. Do you see me getting a vehicle and a trip coming my way? Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. We'll see what comes up here. We'll do a little shuffling. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Yeah. Oh, and for those of you wondering, it's my fabulous gold foil deck. So it's the original Wade Smith, but it's in gold foil, and it is just fantastic. And by the way, this is not cardboard like every deck out there practically. It is PVC material. So it will always, no matter what you do to it, pop right back, and it's waterproof. You gotta love that, right? It's waterproof and everything. And there's different versions and stuff like that, and you can get to them all from this link here. psychic.cafe/gold foil. And they're very reasonably priced as well. And, this is a great go-to deck where you can carry it around in your purse or your backpack. In my case, I put my computer in my backpack and carry this with me wherever I go. And it's really cool that way. You don't have to worry about spilling coffee on it at the coffee shop, or messing it up, or giving it to a client to shuffle. Some readers do it that way. Let the readers cut the deck or whatever. You don't have to worry about them messing the cards up. You can clean these cards. This is like back in the COVID days. This is the ultimate deck then for that, right? Because you can do soapy water, dump them in there, and clean them all off in between clients. I mean, the way I handle that is like, I don't let anybody touch my cards. And I cut in a specific way and pull cards off the top, and I don't need the client to, like, sometimes people fan them out and have them choose cards. And that goes back to the fortune telling days of they are picking, quote unquote, their cards, meaning whatever shows up, it's their cards, not someone else's cards, and it's their future, and it's in granite. It's written in stone. It can't change, which is all BS. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna see if I get any of the. It'd be cool if one of the traditional cards for this comes up. So we're looking for the car here, and okay. Ah, again, it is a 3 yes out of 5. Again, Joe, not Joe. I just did Joe's. Pam Bear. Pam. Mm. It's another one of those maybes. It's, if I had the chariot here, oh yeah, you're getting the vehicle right now. But this is more of a maybe, which means whenever I get that, when I get less than 4 or 5 yeses on something, or 4 or 5 no's, remember it can go the other way. Uh, Neither a strong no or a strong yes. If I don't get that, if I get one that's neither, that's telling me there's something left to be done on this. Okay. Now, I did get the Fool card, which is the central focus card, which is, like, go for it kind of card, right? It's also a traditional travel card. The Fool card is, and it's a major arcana card. I feel like the trip is coming your way. I feel that is. What's going on with the car? I'm not 100% sure what's going on with this car. However, there is kind of a theme going on here. So, first of all, the heart of the matter card I got was the Justice card. And that, it's great to get the Justice card, because that tells you it's coming through. If it was a legal matter, fair justice, things like that. Um, but in this case, it's just, I feel it's really positive, and that things will go your way. That's kind of, but it's also about, justice is sometimes about the truth and about you speaking the truth. And I feel like that's connected some way with getting the car. Um, Whatever happens, I think you'll get a fair deal, because the justice card indicates that kind of thing, fair dealings and such. Hmm. Justice is also, about doing the right thing, uh, karma in general, whether it's going for you or against you. Whereas when you get the Wheel of Fortune, it's more fortune turning in your favor. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else that might have to do with this car thing. The other thing is she's got, the single sword, the thought or idea. And then when I start pulling cards, the first card I get is the Eight of Swords. So you're trapped in and surrounded by these swords. Swords are thoughts and ideas. So the Justice had the single sword, one idea, and the scales. So she has the scales where she's weighing everything. Whereas in the Eight of Swords, you just feel trapped in. Eight is good. In numerology, eight is abundance, but stinking thinking going on. You have too many thoughts and ideas trapping you. And this is self entrapment. I mean, yeah, look, she's bound up, she's got blindfold on, but look how loose those look. I mean, all she would have to do is kind of wriggle her way and it would drop, and then she could take the blindfold off and she could see her way through. That's what's going on with acquiring this car, where you are not doing that. And the Queen of Wands shows up again, which is a, a very independence. It's being independent. I'm almost getting the feeling like you're being too independent here. Where you want to acquire the car and you're dead set. It has to happen this way, and so you're blocking the universe from letting it come a different way. And then I get the Fool card, which I showed you earlier. It's the central focus card saying to go for it. So in other words, you know, stop being trapped in by overthinking it and by, well, it has to happen this way. And, you know, I got to do it on my own. I have to be independent, blah, blah, blah. And also, again, I do think you're going to get the travel aspect of it, but I get this Four of Cups. And this has shown up for at least what, one or two other people, maybe three other people today. You know, this is going on a lot where people they're unhappy with the situation and their choices and everything, but they're totally missing the point. There's another opportunity right here. And that's why, the Fool card, take the leap, because there's another opportunity that you're missing. Another way to get this vehicle that you're trying to get. And it's about, I think, again, because of the previous cards and what I'm seeing, I'm getting that feeling that, that you're not letting other people help you. You're being too independent here. And then I got the Seven of Pentacles, and seven is the seeker, and literally that's what you're doing, right? Looking for a car, that kind of thing. And the Seven of Pentacles is of reevaluating this situation. And, he could like what he sees in his harvest or not like. It can go either way. But what I think that's talking about is you need to take a step back and look at everything, and look, and especially with that Four of Cups, with that cup being handed to you, that other opportunity that you don't see yet. I really think you should try that. Talk to other people, think outside the box, go places outside the box, things outside the box, look in places that you haven't looked, things like that. That's going to help you out. And then you'll be able to manifest the car and go on the trip. But, there might be other ways to do the trip, because I think the trip's actually going to happen, because that's showing up. And then I think I had, oh, we have a Arcana Rayo, or I don't know. That's really cool. Arcana, because that's the arcanas of the tarot deck. Let's see. Oh my God, the time is just getting away with us here. So asking something about the time period he will connect. Well, if he'll connect, let's see. Uh, yeah, it is looking like he'll connect uh the 10 of Pentacles, but it says 7. It might be a while. It might be 7 days to 7 weeks is showing up here. Okay. So I'm looking through chat. My ex is facing financial hardship. Feel like intervening, but would I be interfering with the universe? Should I stay away from their problems? Yeah, it might be a lot more trouble than it's worth. So K, K 5 of Swords. All right. And this card lately, I've been saying a lot that it's, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And then the 5 of Pentacles, literally out in the cold. So both of these are 5. 5 is about change, but it's also the number of chaos in numerology. And I just feel this, chaotic cloud around this whole thing. It might be safer to not do anything. Moonchild Sharia wants to know about Shah era. Uh Taram's feelings. Taram's feelings. Okay, so with Death card, looks like one door's closing, another door's opening with this, and then 9 of Swords. So there's hope with the Star card. It's going to require you to go outside of your comfort zone to make this work. And then he shows up the Page of Swords. I don't know. Um, with a card like the 9 of Swords, that many thoughts, and again, overthinking. Are you overthinking it? I don't know. The Death card might indicate like an end to that completely. All right. And that it's not going forward. But then the Star card shows up. Ace of Pentacles. Aces are always new opportunities, but it requires you to do something you're not comfortable with, get out of your comfort zone, or think outside the box. So I hope that helped you out. And it's not really a yes or no on that, but it might help you out a little bit there. Oh, Pam is saying, is there a timestamp for my reading? The page did something weird and skipped me to another page. Okay, so you're gonna have to go back. I don't know. I have no clue does anybody have a clue where we are? Uh, in I don't know. We are, an hour and 52 minutes into it, so I'd say try around an hour 45 minutes into the replay when that video becomes available. Should be available pretty quickly after we end and you refresh the page. Yeah, so Pam missed some of that, so you're gonna have to do that. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, Angie popped in. Will my travel YouTube be well received? Didn't you already ask that, Angie? Because I remember somebody coming in and asking about their travel YouTube channel. Hmm. So, 1 of 2 things: either you already asked that and we already answered it, and you don't want to just keep asking. Or you're somebody new that didn't ask, and that is really weird because it would require, I mean, 1 in 100 million chance or something that two people starting both. Oh, I didn't know if I went like that, I get balloons. That's pretty cool. That two people both starting travel channels on YouTube found our show and asked about that. That is 1 in 100 million possibility or something like that, So, Angie, I don't know if you've been here before. We already answered that if you did. If not, I need to get out of here. So you're going to have to ask tomorrow. And Kelsbreek, who's been in here before, popped in, and I think we already answered your question too. Now, if this is a new question, I apologize, Kelsbury, because I know you've been in here before. And if you're asking a new question, that's fine. Let me know. But see, no, it's okay. I asked earlier in chat. Yeah, I mean, Angie, we had earlier in chat today. I mean, I know I see it right there where you're at. No, what I was getting at is, Angie, going back days, maybe weeks, I can't remember, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 days, 4 days, I don't remember. We had somebody that was starting a travel YouTube channel come in and ask the same question: will it be well received? So I'm asking, was that you? Or are you a new person who's never asked us about the YouTube channel for travel? Because if you're new and never asked that, that's pretty amazing that we got, two people asking the same question about, I mean, how many people are starting travel YouTube channels, at any given time? And anyway, it's just really weird. It's really weird. And Kelsbreek says it's a different question. Yeah, but we're at the end of the show. So I need to get out of here. Kelsbreek, you're going to have to come back in tomorrow or one of these shows this week. I'll be here tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. Uh, hopefully, unless, barring something happening, and that could happen. Something could happen. The creek, barring that the creek don't rise and the Russians don't drop the bomb. That's what we used to say back in the day. Of course, that was the 80s during the Cold War before the Soviet Union collapsed. But hey, we might be getting back to that, where is Putin going to drop the bomb? Anyway, so Angie says, I don't remember an answer. Apologies for asking again. No, that's okay. If you don't remember and you want us to pull cards on it again, I could do that tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. So thanks everybody for being here. It was a lot of fun. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow.